Okay, Oval fans. Well, last night's episode I thought was pretty okay. I mean, the women really got on my nerves, to be completely honest. Mainly Nancy, Priscilla, and it's just the same old, same old. As I always say, you go into these episodes with low expectations, and you might get surprised once or twice. And that cliffhanger ending was certainly dramatic. But season 6, episode 4, entitled Stalemate. 7 out of 10. Like I said, that cliffhanger truly brought this episode to life. It started off pretty strong and it ended on quite the epic cliffhanger. But before getting into the breakdown, please take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit that bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. So, also, views are doing pretty good. I'm actually surprised by that. I looked at all of my Oval content from season 6. It's been holding steady, so I'm like, okay, I'll keep this train going. So as long as the numbers are up. So we pick up where we left off with Eli confronting Bobby over the fact that he's letting what Victoria said, he's letting what Sam told him and what Victoria showed him get to him. So he hunted down Bobby, who is trying to get that perfume smell off his clothes, only for Eli to demand his shirt and sniffs it and smells the perfume on it. And it's like, oh, so you are effing my wife. Max is trying to break this thing up before it goes, any further. But simply to the point, this was a sneak peek scene. I didn't have time to do a video on it, though, yesterday. But essentially, Bobby lies directly to Eli's face about how he respects him as the president and he wouldn't do anything with his wife. Basically, hey, let me speak freely. You have an attractive wife and you're a lucky man. But I respect my role as Secret Service and my duties to the White House so much that I would never, betray the president by getting busy with his wife. And, well, what about Sam? What about Priscilla? Well, Sam probably said that because he's mad at me because me and his wife were sleeping together. They were having problems, but hey, we're friends just like you and, me and Simone are friendly just like you and Victoria are. And Max is like, no, no. And I thought that was hilarious. But Eli basically warns Bobby, if I find out you've been doing anything with my wife, you're a dead man. So he storms off. And then Kyle comes in and taunts Bobby because it's been a while since these two have had a scene together. And, Kyle in somewhat of a moment, kind of like last week when Victoria was taking just a slight moment out of her usual character to be like, hey, lady, woman to woman, Lily, Bobby has been getting really freaky around here, so you might want to get yourself checked out. I mean, obviously she said it in such a way where it's like, oh, she's being condescending again, but it's almost like a drop of concern, like, yeah, I think you might want to get checked because this dude, he's a garden tool, to put it lightly. Kyle kind of does the same thing, asking Bobby, look, man, for real, are you a sex addict or something? Like, I get it, get it where you can, but at the same time, you're just screwing everybody in the White House, aren't you? And, Bobby shoves him to the side and then he leaves. So from there, you got Max, who just can't get through to Bobby no matter how many times he tries to tell him, like, yo, man, I tried to tell you. He's like, Bobby got needs. That's essentially what this is about. And Bobby even goes so far as to say, man, these people ain't going to do nothing to me. I got, look, all the dirt I have on them. And Max like, what, do you think that keeps you safe? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that makes sense because, Bobby, you just sleeping with everybody you can get your hands on. And so what does it matter if you have dirt on someone if they kill you? Unless you have some sort of contingency in place where, hey, if I don't, check on this file every 12 hours or something, then it's going to get leaked. It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, Bobby, you can't get through to him. Even Max starts speaking in the third person, trying to mock him. But, Bobby just gets pissed off and goes to the break room. Now, in the midst of this, Officer Brian Heller is calling Lily, basically saying that he wants to save her. Look, this entire scene can be summed up as, hey, I'm outside of your house. I noticed you don't have security. Your husband didn't kill me, which shows that the photos and whatnot that Donald taunted Lily with were indeed fake. So Lily just says, look, many have tried and many men have failed to try to save me. I'm not some princess, locked up in the tower. Please leave me alone. And then she hangs up the phone. That's pretty much what this entire scene boils down to. So it is unclear if Lily is ever going to do anything of importance this entire season. That's not a jab at the character. It's just the fact that I really don't know what purpose she serves to the plot. And I've been wondering this for the past like 2 seasons. If I remember correctly, I said the moment Lily's character kind of just, devolved into cameo appearances was after, didn't Kyle like waterboard her or something like that a few seasons ago? And then after that, she was bunking with Bobby and Max in the hotel room that Eli set him up in. And then this fool decided, okay, I'm going to leave, but I'm going to go by the house to get some money first. And then she got shot, and then she's been stuck in the house ever since. It's like, come on now. So we go over to the White House, and Hunter, is like the winter warlock. Put one foot in front of the other. I can walk again. Now, didn't he already figure out that his food was being drugged by Victoria? Keep in mind, season 5, it was like almost a full year since that season had ended. But I thought that I thought he already knew. I thought he already knew that his food was being drugged. But he brings up a plot point I had almost forgotten about how Priscilla caught Kyle in the bathroom saying he was looking for Valium or something. And this was one of the first signs of, Priscilla getting on Hunter's good side, giving key evidence like this. But it's evidence that could be used against Victoria to have her arrested. Like, hey, if we can get our hands on that medicine, I can use it to prove that she was having my food drugged so I couldn't walk. And Jason goes on to say, yeah, Gail would love to see her in jail too. Yeah, we'll also make your mom talk and tell us where Gail is. So Gail is being brought up. But folks, remember I did that video about Paige Hurd doing that interview with Screen Rant, I believe. And she said she would love to come back like at least one more time to finish up her storyline. But that just shows me that Gail is neither in season 6 nor the already filmed season 7. So it was great to hear her mentioned, but she's not showing up again anytime soon. Now, they need to figure out a way to get this medicine. So it's like, hey, so you showed the guys the tunnel, right? Yeah, not all of them. Jason, come on. And Jason just says, look, I just can't reveal what's in the tunnel. And then he runs off. And then Hunter's like, you know what? If you want something done right, I'll go down to those tunnels myself. After that, we have Simone calling Priscilla. And, she's lying, basically saying like, oh, I didn't sleep with Bobby. Have you? No, I didn't sleep with Bobby. So it just turns out we were both using Bobby in order to get back at our cheating husbands. And Simone's like, wait, he was messing around with the wife of the chief of staff. Maybe I ought to call her and get some insight on Bobby from her. And she can't believe Eli's cheating with the first lady, but it is what it is. And during the conversation, Priscilla hears Sam coming in the house, and she's like, I told him not to come back here disrespecting me, yada yada yada. So from there we go over to Priscilla calling Bobby. Priscilla calls Bobby, and it turns out that a birdie told her that, hey, you have information that could prove Eli and Victoria have been working against Hunter. Unbeknownst to them, they already revealed they've been working together and having an affair to Hunter's face last season when he was on the floor of the Oval. And essentially, she just acts like, oh, Bobby, you mean nothing to me. You can be with Simone all you want. I'll be using you to get to Sam and yada yada. But they're going to have a meeting in person to go over the video evidence he has. And yeah, that's essentially all there is to say about that. So Sam comes up and he overhears Priscilla acting like Bobby's in the bedroom with her. He kicks down the door and they just have a bickering match. Sam comes in there with a damn attitude like, man, you full of it, Priscilla. You're evil, you wicked, and you messing around with that man whore and whatnot, sleeping around with the first lady and this, that, and the third. And I don't know, Sam just comes in there acting 3 feet taller than it really is. Priscilla just yelling at him and then says, you disrespect me. I've had you beaten up and you still disrespecting me. You better not be in this bed when I get come back in the I don't care. I don't care. I mean, this is season 6. I don't care about this. Like, Sam, like you said, get a divorce already. This is ridiculous. So going over to the White House, Donald gives Eli another drink. And I saw on Twitter, people are like, yo, is Donald putting something in those drinks? He just keeps handing them over to Eli. I don't think so. Because remember, Hunter, well, I think Donald handing Eli some drinks is kind of a positive downgrade from Hunter, who just constantly wanted drinks, drugs, and hookers. So I don't think Donald giving Eli another drink is so much of a bad thing. He wants revenge on Bobby, and Donald gets Kyle to watch over Simone to check her every move to see if she's having an affair. Dude goes so far as to say he wants some castrates. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, like, we can have him reassigned to a shit location, but I mean, do we really need to go that far, Mr. President? And he comes up with a plan like, okay, Mr. President, how about this? Let's send Max and Bobby home. I mean, for one, they've been on the clock for over 10 hours at this point. How about we use that as an advantage, because then we can check Bobby to see where does he go after he leaves the White House. And we can get Agent Kane and Alonzo to take over. And from there, that's the plan. Donald tells Max to find Bobby and go home. And, you know, Alonzo's nervous, like, yo, something's not right. And Kane's like, hey, once you lose that attitude, just do your job for the paycheck. You're going to do just fine. Okay. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. We haven't seen Alonzo in a little while, aside from when he and Kane were taking Sam to his car. What was it? Last week or the week before last? So from there, Max, you know, meets with Bobby to tell him to go home. And Bobby, again, doesn't want to be told what to do, and he just storms off. Then we get to the final scene, which, strangely enough, we just shift to the next morning. Richard comes to the front door because, you know, he's off work. And Dale greets him and explains why he's there. Nancy let him stay. And he kind of slips up when he mentions how, yeah, is it okay your wife let me sleep in your son's room? And it was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll sleep on the couch. He's like, wait, so you're not going to sleep with your wife? He's like, wait, why are you asking me to sleep with my wife? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I slipped up. And he does mention how, you know, Nancy started drinking a lot last night. And then there's a knock on the door. Who's that? Dale's like, I don't know. And it turns out to be Richard's dad. And it's like, uh-oh. Because honestly, I thought Clarence had come back. Well, I thought Nancy had called Clarence to come back that same night or last night, like she told Sam. So his dad comes in there surprised to see Richard. Like, Richard, it's like, yeah, this is my house. What are you surprised for? I just came over here. I heard about Barry and I just came to check on you. And he's like, get out of my house. Well, tell Nancy, what you say? Nothing. It's like, and then Nancy comes downstairs and then, hell breaks loose. Dale should have stepped away in the kitchen or something like that. Like the moment he saw the look in Richard's face, he should have thought back to what Sam told him the night before. Yeah, you need to tell me if somebody else comes in his house, because if Richard comes home and finds his wife in bed with another man, he's probably going to kill everybody up in here. Yeah, maybe I ought to try my luck on the street. Yeah, maybe you should. So Nancy just runs all like, what are you doing here? You said you wanted a divorce. I'm getting what I needed and you need to leave. And Clarence can come over here as much time as he wants. He's giving me what I want and what I need. He's a bigger man than you ever was. He's a better man than you ever was. Richard is slowly losing it. Dale's like, can we all just talk about this? Actually, shut up, Dale. Okay. And then Richard takes a knife. I thought he was going to stab Nancy, but no, he stabs his dad. And that's how the episode ends. I'm like, holy crap. Holy crap. And like I said in videos leading up to this episode, we know that Richard's going to try to strangle Nancy. I'm not condoning domestic violence, but you could literally see the buildup as to why Richard exploded the way he did. What an episode. So yeah, I thought this was pretty good. The women get on my nerves though. But like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.